Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m.? Feeling motivated? Telling yourself tomorrow is the day everything changes? And then the alarm goes off, and you hit snooze, and then you feel guilty about it for the rest of the day. Yeah, me too. Here's what nobody tells you though. That guilt is not your fault, because the 5 a.m. rule that everyone is preaching online is built on a lie. And today, I'm going to prove it. Every successful person you admire seems to swear by it. Wake up at 5 a.m. Own your morning. Change your life. It sounds powerful. It sounds disciplined. It sounds like the secret formula to success. But here's the paradox. Nobody talks about, for most people, waking up at 5 a.m. doesn't lead to success. It leads to exhaustion, resentment, and eventually, quitting. And the worst part? They blame themselves. They think they're lazy. They think they're weak. They think they just don't want it bad enough. But that's not the truth. The truth is, they were following the wrong rule book. Let me tell you about someone named Marcus. Marcus was 28 years old, ambitious, driven. He had big goals, and he was willing to do whatever it took to achieve them. One night, he watched a video of a famous entrepreneur talking about his 5 a.m. morning routine, and something clicked. He thought, this is it. This is what I've been missing. So he set his alarm, 5 a.m. sharp, day 1. He woke up, tired but excited, made coffee, sat at his desk, stared at the screen, couldn't think clearly. But he pushed through. Day 3, harder, brain foggy, mood low. But he told himself, successful people do hard things. Day 7, he was running on empty. His work quality dropped. His focus was gone. His evenings were miserable because he was too tired to enjoy anything. By day 14, he stopped, and he sat there, feeling like a failure, like he just wasn't built for success. But Marcus wasn't failing because he was weak. Marcus was failing because nobody told him the truth about the 5 a.m. paradox. So what exactly is the 5 a.m. paradox? Here it is in one sentence. The habit that is supposed to make you more productive can actually destroy your productivity if it works against your biology. Let me explain. Your body runs on something called a chronotype. Think of it as your biological clock, your internal rhythm. And here's the thing. Not everyone's clock is set the same way. Science actually breaks people into 3 types. Morning lions. These are the people who genuinely thrive in the early hours. Their energy peaks right after sunrise. For them, 5 a.m. is natural. It feels good. Then there are the middle bears. These are most people. They function best somewhere between mid-morning and early afternoon. Not too early, not too late. And then there are the night owls. Their brain literally comes alive after dark. Some of history's greatest minds were night owls. Darwin, Obama, Winston Churchill. Franz Kafka wrote some of his most powerful work between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Here's what this means for you. If you are a night owl, or even a middle bear, forcing yourself to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day is not discipline. It's self-sabotage. You are working against your own brain, and you will never win that fight, long term. But wait, what about all those successful people who swear by 5 a.m.? Great question. Here's the thing. They are not successful because they wake up at 5 a.m. They wake up at 5 a.m. because it naturally aligns with who they are. The habit works for them because it fits their biology. When you copy someone else's routine without understanding your own biology, you're not following a success formula. You're wearing someone else's shoes and wondering why you can't walk properly. The 5 a.m. club works for the people it was always going to work for everyone else. It's just a guilt trip with an alarm clock. So what actually works? This is where it gets interesting. The real secret is not about what time you wake up. It's about 3 things. The first thing is energy management. Most people think about time management, but time is fixed. You get 24 hours no matter what. What's not fixed is your energy, and your energy has a peak window, a specific time of day, when your focus is sharpest, your creativity is highest, your willpower is strongest. For some people that's 6 a.m. For others, it's 10 a.m. For others, it's 9 p.m. Your only job is to find that window and protect it, like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. The second thing is intentional design. Here's what most people get wrong about morning routines. They focus entirely on the time, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. But they never ask the more important question: what am I actually going to do with this time? Waking up at 5 a.m. to scroll your phone is not a morning routine. It's just insomnia with extra steps. The most productive people don't just wake up early. They wake up with a plan. They know exactly what the first 90 minutes of their day will look like before they even open their eyes. Think about it this way. Imagine you're a chef. You don't just show up to the kitchen and hope ingredients appear. You prep everything the night before. You know exactly what you're cooking. You have a system. Your morning needs that same level of design. So tonight, before you go to sleep, write down the 3 most important things you want to accomplish tomorrow. Not a list of 20 things, just 3. The 3 things that, if you got nothing else done, would still make the day feel like a win. Then wake up whenever your peak energy time is and attack those 3 things first. That is a morning routine that actually works. The third thing is sleep quality over wake time. This one is non-negotiable. You cannot think clearly on broken sleep. You cannot create on broken sleep. You cannot make good decisions on broken sleep. Sleep deprivation has the same effect on your brain as being mildly drunk. And yet millions of people are proudly waking up at 5 a.m. on 5 hours of sleep, wondering why they feel terrible and can't get anything done. Here's a simple shift. Instead of asking yourself, what time should I wake up? Start asking yourself, what time do I need to be asleep to wake up feeling sharp? Work backwards from there. If your peak energy time is 7 a.m. and you need 8 hours of sleep, you need to be asleep by 11 p.m., not scrolling, not watching one more episode. Asleep. Protect your sleep like it's the most important meeting of your day, because it is. Let me bring Marcus back into the story. After he quit the 5 a.m. experiment, he spent 2 weeks just paying attention to himself. When did he feel sharp? When did ideas come easily? When did he feel like he was in flow? He noticed something. Every single day, between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m., something clicked. His thinking was clear. His energy was high. Ideas came fast. So he redesigned his entire day around that window. He started waking up at 7 a.m., getting 8 hours of solid sleep, having a calm morning. And then from 9 to 12, he went to war with his goals. No distractions, no phone, no meetings, just pure focused work. Within 3 months, Marcus had accomplished more than he had in the entire previous year of 5 a.m. attempts. Not because he woke up earlier, because he finally started working with himself instead of against himself. So, here is what I want you to take away from this. Stop chasing someone else's alarm clock. Start chasing your own peak. Find the time of day when you feel most alive, most focused, most creative, and then build your life around protecting that time. That is the real morning routine. That is the real secret. And it looks different for every single person. The 5 a.m. paradox is this: the very habit designed to unlock your potential will destroy it.